Presentation of the following assignments for the students. Prepare a program for an informational meeting with local communities about relevance and potential benefits for hosting a geological repository for spent nuclear fuel. This presentation has been prepared and presented on June 17, 2015. Group 6, Zhu Xiangfeng, Xu Wei, Wu Fengcheng, Nishikawa Shogo, and Wang Jingxu.
Okay, sorry. Hello everyone, I'm Zhou. We are Group 6. There are five people in our group. 3 is from Tsinghua University in China. 1 is of Kyoto University in Japan. 1 is from KTH. Okay, now the title of our presentation is about spent nuclear fuel repository information meeting. In this presentation, all the things we discuss are for the meeting directly. Okay, we will like to divide our presentation into 3 parts. The first section is about preparation before meeting. It's mainly about how to do notification, investigation, and some analysis of investigation results. The second part is about meeting process. In this section, we will tell local people the benefit, the partitional benefits, and ask the question about the local people concernings. At last, we will give a brief summary. Okay, next, Xu Wei will present the first part.
Okay, thank you. We think before the communication with local people, we should do some preparations. And there are 3 steps. First, I think we should inform local people some base knowledge about the nuclear power plant or some base knowledge of the nuclear waste storage. In this way, there are a few methods to do this. And for example, we can make a short, interesting movie, included the base knowledge about the nuclear power plant or spent nuclear fuel. And we can show the movie on the TV, on the electronic screen outside the buildings. And in addition, we can make some posters and can make some short message or simple pictures on the newspaper. Then people can learn this information on the subway or somewhere else. And we can make some leaflets and handed them out to every family, or just to put them in the market or in some big shopping centers. People can learn this, the best knowledge from these materials. And next, in order to know the local people's opinion about the geological repository, we should make some investigations, and we want to make some questionnaires. People can make this questionnaire. People can answer these questions on the internet or on the paper. And at last, after the questionnaires, we can analyze the results and learn which kind of people would not disagree with the geological repository, and we can find why they didn't agree. And based on the reason, we can make some efforts to do this. Based on this information. Okay, next, Jinqiu will talk about the meeting part.
Okay, so at the beginning of the meeting, we we are going to introduce a successful case in Sweden, Forsmark, SKB. So I won't say too much about this case because you have already know it. I mean, in the real meeting, the audience will be the local community. We will give a short introduction about this case, but not here. But I want to talk about why I want to introduce this case at the meeting. In my opinion, I think there are three reasons I want to introduce this case. First reason is how to say, for local community, for local people, in the aspect of psychology, I think people are more willing to follow some good examples and instead of letting them just to do it as the first ones. How to say? I don't know. You know what I mean. And the second reason is that maybe some local people have some doubts about the safety about this repository. So with this case, we can with this case we can show them the safety in technology. The current technology can make sure that we can lower the safety risk as to an acceptable level. So reality is much more eloquent than just talking. The third reason is that sorry. Yeah, people will be inspired. How that can be happened in Sweden? So why is that can be happened? What benefit for the local people in Forsmark they have received? So what benefit what benefits will they get if they approve this project? So next part we will introduce some potential benefits for local community from this project.
Hello, I'm Shogun, and I'll introduce the second part of our informational meeting.
No. Is this a fun version?
Sorry. Sorry, there is no slide for me.
Okay. Well, technical problems happen, so you should be prepared for that.
Okay, thank you.
Technical brain, yes?
Yeah, now I'll introduce the second part of our informational meeting. The second part is about potential benefits. Then, what are potential benefits for local people? Today, there are many communities suffered from decrease of population. So we thought to increase people in the local community is benefit for the local community. Then, to increase people in the local community, there is a flow of people, and we can do it by two aspects. One is decrease outflow, and the other is increase visitor. And we thought that more people there are, more active their activities gets. And in this and this flow of people is important for sustainability for local community. And then we will introduce, we will show examples to the local people like this. These are examples of benefits. Benefits. So if you and if we decrease outflow, in order to decrease outflow, we can do them. And you can work, and you are supported. You will be supported, and you will have a good education, and you will live in a. You will comfortably in the local community, and in the aspect of increase visitor, we can make facilities, and we can invite people in order to learn facilities about geological disposal. Then we can invite other people out of the local community, and they will spend their money for example, meals and shopping, buying souvenir, and taking a train, and so on. So we can show examples like this, and after the meeting, we will decide with local community people in the aspect of sustainability of local community. Then we will decide what part to be invested. This is the second part of our meeting, and Wu will introduce the third part.
Hello, I'm Wu from China and Tsinghua University. Here I want to talk about another part of our informational meeting. In this part, according to the previous results of questionnaires,
Okay, so a brief summary. In the preparation part, the most important thing is to make sure every local was informed and investigated, and their opinion should be gathered and analyzed. And during the meeting, with the help of a successful case, and also the potential benefits, we try to persuade the local community to agree with our project. And well, maybe it need much more time than only a meeting, but the whole procedure is like this, I think. Okay, thanks for your attention. That's all.
Questions? We had the same case as with Group 1. You misunderstood a little bit the the assignment that you should talk to the public, not to teach others how to talk to the public, more or less, because that's what you understood. That's maybe there is something wrong with the formulation. Check, or you are friends with the first group, and that is why you should. Well, okay, but please, any questions? Okay, so. Okay. Our jury, yes.
Thank you for the presentation. This was a good information about how a meeting should be continued to get the first meeting. Well, probably some language problem in the formulating of your task, maybe. But we're talking at the last one. You mentioned negotiation. Probably not at the first meeting. We are going to talk about any negotiations and so on. But I think it was a good explanation about how you are going to prepare yourself in for the first meeting. Thank you.
Yeah, like my colleagues before me, this is the local people. Yeah. That was, you wanted to talk to the locals, and these are the locals. So we kind of missed the mark there. Not to be repetitious with my colleagues, you might put in more text slides. You had one slide that you talked and talked and talked, and you could have easily put in more slides with more text so that it would help the audience follow what you're saying, because after a while they've already read that one sentence and they're getting bored. So you needed to put in more. And the benefits, you stressed more people, more visitors. We could have seen a little more discussion about the potential economic benefits. That's all I can think of. One thing that was kind of missing here, but I maybe missing in a lot of these, is that you're kind of feeling the audience out in that this is a potential site. We're looking at other sites. We want to pick the site with the best geology, but first we want to see how you feel about this. Are you interested in participating? That sort of approach. And I haven't really heard that yet. That's all.
Yeah. Okay. I don't think I have anything to add either. I mean, the way you did it good, but unfortunately it wasn't right on the point. But you would probably be successful telling people how to do things, but not if it had been for the audience it was supposed. Just one thing about that, I just came through my mind. I mean, normally for presentations, I mean, something to follow, but sometimes, you know, you can also put just a picture of anything. It doesn't even need to be related to what you're talking about. Just a picture for the audience to look at while you are talking. That's also a possibility. Of course, it's good if it has some relation, but it doesn't need to be that strictly. Just as a suggestion.
Okay, I have a few points.
Okay.
As minority, as always. For the first, I mean, or you are listening what people are saying here, or you are only young, because you are obsessed by the population increase. You are just saying about this flow of the. That's true, actually. Oskar Schlamp has a plan also 30-30. They want to increase, you know, by almost 10% population in about 15 years. But why do you think that this is the main issue? I mean, you can even bite your own tail, because if you say, oh, well, when we get this nuclear waste, even people will be scared also. So what was the issue with this flow of the population? I know that was the subject which the chief of municipality said quite well. So maybe you listened to her, but there are much more important arguments than only. This is kind of it can come as a consequence. But you are too much. You put this, you know, almost block diagram, you know, inflow, outflow. You know, and young people can say to you, "Oh, we know how to increase population," for example. So, and then one thing. I mean, why are you forgetting that you are a bit that you are, for example, Chinese, that you have your own way. Of course, you are commanding, you know, in other languages, which is a little bit more difficult. But you know, I saw actually in China, like young girls like you are commanding the whole group of boys during the military service, you know, were full of energy, you know, really full of conviction also. And here you were tired bureaucrats, and that's what we do on the party meeting, by the way. That is what we can do here, maybe, you know. And I know you also, you can run, you know, yourself. So you are forgetting a little bit, you know, you must be yourself when you talk to the people, even if you miss the, I mean, the main issue, but dare to be yourself with your deficiencies and with your benefits, but you don't need to be a good student, you know, on the examination all the time, and you know, like that. So, and there also to put some national background, you know, some, you know, you have your different way of also making value of the people. Nobody of you made any, I would say, ethical or philosophical, or, you know, you are Confucian, or you have some kind of, why don't you dare, you know, to come to this, you know, non-technical sphere? You can easier communicate with the people, and they will also learn something more about you. Now they think you are just you, that's it. Okay. No, but job was good, and it's nice that you understand the issue. I mean, that this is an important thing. But there to be you must be convincing. You must be personal. You cannot be. This is the worst. That is what actually happened with the nuclear power perception in public. You know that in 70s, 80s there was people, you know, with the ties, you know, sitting at the table in the TV debate, and you know they thought that they were wiser than all the people, and you know the Greens were coming, and suddenly it turned out that they were more convincing than all these technocratic people. So break the convention when you are talking to the people, because that's probably easier way. I hope the jury agrees with my comments this time. Good. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Group 7, please.